Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing fantastic. I decided to do a Scorpio new moon reading. Let me know if you guys like the new moon and full moon readings that I'm doing, just to throw some astrology in with the tarot. I just feel like this is another important event that's happening in the sky for all of us, particularly when it comes to relationships, because in addition to having the Scorpio new moon, we do have Mars and Libra squaring both Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn, and this is going to have us all thinking about relationships right now. That Mars and Libra energy, lots of relationships, could be any kind, intimate, working, family, friend, just relationships in general. But there's going to be this square there, this squaring going on, which is very frustrating, can make us feel very frustrated with that Mars energy, because then there's Capricorn saying slow down. Mars wants to go go go, but Capricorn and Saturn, they're just like calm down, sit down, press the pause button, right? They want us to pay attention to risk. They want us to just to take time to pause. And we have this on top of Mercury going retrograde on the 31st, so it's like there's one big cosmic pause button, right, where we're all going to be feeling it very much in one relationship or another, but it's going to be hitting our houses depending on our signs a little differently, bringing gifts in those areas. So I thought, because this is so positive and there's so much negativity now, I would just want to bring up the good stuff, right, to the front and center for all the signs and the houses that we're going to be dealing with. Because before I get into that, I'm talking about the Scorpio new moon on the 27th and 28th of this month. I never do this, but I do want to give some love to a couple of people. My very good friend, she is my closest friend. Her husband, Steve Cook, has a company called Grizzlock Productions. He's an independent filmmaker. He's trying his very best to get up and going. He has some really great pieces. And the reason I'm referencing him now especially is because we do have Halloween upon us, and he's got some creepy clown flicks on his channel. So Grizzlock Productions, again, his name is Steve Cook. He's an independent filmmaker. He's a good friend, and he's just really trying to get up and going. So I'd love it if you guys could give some love. I am going to link his YouTube channel below. And the second person I'd like to give love to, who doesn't need maybe it quite so much, I guess, is my brother-in-law, who is Ray Romano from the show Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't really share that he is my brother-in-law, but I am now, and I'd like to, this is very family indulgent. He has a film coming out called The Irishmen. Some of you may have heard of it. It's a Martin Scorsese film. So it's going to have very limited releases in the movie theaters. If you live in New York or LA, November 1st, limited releases, and other cities and London on November 8th. And then it's going to be going to Netflix on the 27th. So unbelievable film. It is being hailed as probably the best film ever made, and I would not disagree with that. It's very interesting, and if you like any of those kind of like mobster crime flicks, it's really fantastic. Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, lots of hard hitters in there, and I'd appreciate it if you have a theater near you that's seeing it. If you could just go in and check it out, or at least tune into it on Netflix, that would be awesome. I thank you for showing my family love. Now, no further ado, let's get into talking about this new moon, the Scorpio new moon. So we have the sun is opposing Uranus, and this happens only once a year, and they're going to be opposing each other at 4 degrees. So there's going to be a lot of unexpected things coming up, shaking things up and around for us, especially because we have the Scorpio new moon. This means that both the sun and the moon are going to be opposing Uranus. So this is all about realizations and truth bombs, big time, guys, that are necessary for our growth. And that it's in an opposition just means that whatever is being, shaken up to look at is an energy field that's opposite of us, that's opposing us. So it's like something you didn't see before, right? So this could be a fear, a pattern, a mindset that you may not even be consciously aware of. So then we have Scorpio is a fixed sign, but very passionate. And it's where our like muck and junk hangs out, right? So it requires this opposition to serve as like a spoon that's going to go down to loosen it all up from the bottom so that we can look at it. Because whatever it is, your psyche understands that it's time to break free from this. So in this way, Uranus is gifting us with the ability to do this, which is awesome because Uranus is the awakener, right? And in Taurus, it's pushing us to ask ourselves what really matters to us in the long run, what we really want. And Uranus is going to make things pop up for us in a way that requires our attention, in a way that's going to end up shifting our path, even if it's just mentally, you know, and psychologically, which is great. You're meant to see something new in a way that pulls you out of an unhealthy cycle that, again, you may or may not even be aware of, you know, or wanting to admit to, right? So on the same level, guys, right, our souls are so tired of this karmic hamster wheel that we have ourselves on. And this is here to tell us to cut the shit. Knock it off, as my queen's mother always said, right? Knock it off. Cut it out, you know? Really look at this stuff. Just look at this stuff. And you know, and at the same time, we have this Taurus and Scorpio is about resources, guys. This is very much a pentacle energy. So I want you guys to look at this new moon as going from, because you guys are tarot people, right? We're going from a 5 of Pentacle energy to a 10 of Pentacle energy, which is entirely positive. There's this strengthening that's going to be coming out, this transforming in an area that we need to look at. And the thing is, we're going to be returning to the truest version of ourselves. It's like we're going to be shaking the dead wood off our trees, you know, which is so great. Okay, now every sign is going to be processing this a little differently, because it's going to be hitting different houses for each of us. So I am going to be time stamping, because I don't expect you guys to hang out. I think this is going to be a long video. We're going to start with Aries, go all the way through to Pisces, and win a timestamp. So definitely check your sun, moon, rising, Venus. You know, is what I always say. Definitely check those out and see what it says for you. You know, and go according to the timestamps. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries. Aries has it in the 8th house, Aries, that it's naturally associated with Pluto and Scorpio, that 8th house. So it's about finances and marriage. And I am going to list 5 things for each house that it's going to be affecting. Because honestly, guys, I could do entire videos on what goes on in the houses. And there's so much more than what, you know, the readers generally address. So when we're talking about 8th house, Aries, for you, we are talking about finances and marriage or business, okay? What happens when you and someone else are intimately connected, and those of you who are attempting to merge with one another? This has to do with relationships as a catalyst for change. This has to do with the raging infant inside of you. This has to do with self-regeneration for you. So really important. So let's see, in this 8th house, what are the main messages for you? So we have the 9 of Pentacles, beautiful. This is a card of your wish is coming true. 9 of Pentacles is a beautiful energy. This is right before the 10 of Pentacles. So Aries, you're going to be right there, okay? Now the Queen of Wands can come up as a challenge for you during this process. The Queen of Wands reverse is you not really being 100% happy about having to look at some things in your life, right? Because wands are will, and this tells me that you don't want to look at something. This is telling me that the judgment is entirely positive in the upright. This tells me that you've been assessing where you've been and really doing like a panoramic of your life and really looking at stuff, but having a really hard time processing it, Aries. And that might be that inner child, that raging infant wanting to come out, because it's difficult to look at things within ourselves. It really is. It's very difficult. But I see you changing your mindset as a result of this. To me, this judgment, this is very clear. This judgment is you getting honest with yourself, whether you like it or not, and you understanding that there is going to be a new way of thinking for you. There's going to be a new way of you processing these 8th house energies. So it's you really looking at who are you intimately connected to, and how are you guys merging? And are you doing it in a healthy way? Are they doing it with you in a healthy way? Does this need to be adjusted? You know, what's your relationship to relationships as a catalyst for change? Are you utilizing the relationships in your life as a catalyst for change? And I do get that you are with this Nine of Pentacles energy, because again, this is all about, you know, really having a very clear idea on what connection means. Again, Pentacles means all kinds of resources. That's money. It's, you know, could be investments, but this is also how we do relationships, how we do connection, how we mentally, emotionally, and physically support one another. And this is you in this 8th house energy. This is you looking at all of these things, and you may be realizing where you maybe need to step it up, or where you realize that you're not getting what you need. And you really getting in touch with that, and you making a resolve by the end of this period to make those changes and change that mindset. With the Page of Swords, it's about a new cycle of a mindset. You know, telling yourself a different narrative at this point. Very clear, Aries. I like this for you. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, but this is where the gifts are coming in. The gifts are coming from this honesty. The gifts are coming from this judgment. This is going to be a gift, such a positive thing in your life. I really like this for you. Thank you so much for joining me, Aries. I will see you next time. Okay, on to Taurus. So Taurus, you guys are going to be getting some sort of blessing in your 7th house as a result of this. This has a Venus and Libra association. So this is about, you want to think about relationships based on mutual commitment in your life. You want to think about the kind of partner you're attracted to. You're going to be thinking about this and getting gifts in this area. Ace of Pentacles, I'm taking it. Oh my gosh. All my cards are falling. Okay. Taurus, what's happening? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Look at this. Look at this, Taurus. Okay. I'm going to tell you something. The whole time I'm on YouTube, that's never happened before. Ever. Oh my gosh, look at this. Cards from the deck. That is nuts. All right, but anyway, so let's just talk about this house, the 7th house, okay? The kind of partner you're attracted to. These are things that you're going to be pushed to really, really look at and be honest with yourself. What you wish for others to give you in a relationship. This is a heavy hitter, the 7th house. This is no joke. This is relationships, right? What in you do you project onto a partner, right? And this is asking you to think about blending with a person while maintaining your individuality and what it is that you need. Look at this. This is just like a hot flippin' mess here, Taurus. Sorry, I'm not shutting the camera off because this is all happening for a reason. So let's see what comes up. This is just... Nothing is by accident when I have tarot in my hand. That is just what I believe. That's just what I believe. So, yeah. Because we have a relationship focus anyway, all of us, you guys have it especially so. Okay, Taurus, especially so. Yeah, but, you know, what in you do you project onto a partner? How do we blend with another while maintaining our individuality? This may be on your mind. So I'm starting with the outcome energy, and the outcome energy is the Ace of Pentacles, which I like. Let's talk about your fear. The Magician, making it happen is your fear. This is your challenge here. Okay, we're going to have two process cards. Okay, so 2 process cards. So the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. I like this. This tells me that this is a brand new start in the area of connection and resources. So this can be relationships. When it comes to relationships, this is telling me connection more than anything. And you guys may be having a new understanding when it comes to all the resources that are required to keep a relationship going. So that could be actual finances, actual investments. But more than anything, guys, I really do feel that it's about clearing up misunderstandings, improving communication in order to have that increased mental, emotional, and physical connection. Now, your fear and your challenge here is the Magician, and it's the making that happen. So Taurus, for some of you, I feel like you're maybe a little confused on how to actually work that out, you know, because you're very much an earth energy that's being asked to very much be an air energy. And this may not be entirely comfortable for you, or if it's comfortable and you're really willing, you may just not be completely sure. You might not be completely sure. But with the Page of Cups energy, I like this because this shows me a new cycle in relationship. So this acknowledges to me that you are going to be starting this new emotional space with someone. You're going to be unknotting a knot that's been existent in a relationship. Even if you have been in a long-term, otherwise really beautiful relationship, there's one aspect that's been holding you back from giving 100% of yourself, or there's one aspect that's just troubling you and you haven't articulated it, something about that. But what ends up happening is once you find the strength, and you will in this energy, which is beautiful. It's not even like, how is that going to happen? The energy is going to be pushing you to do it. Uranus is going to be like, come on, Taurus, dig it up, look at it, you know? And you're going to be able to do that. It's going to bring you to this new cycle in your relationship. And the Three of Pentacles is about building. Right? This is about building. This is the Architect card. This is, I need this, you need that, and the relationship needs this. 1, 2, 3. 3 Pentacles. Three spaces of support, acknowledgement, recognition of what's needed in the relationship. This is very positive, Taurus. I really love this for you. This is a huge gift. And the big gift here is being super honest with yourself about what you need in this 7th house. This is about being honest with yourself. What do you need in a mutual commitment? Really, what kind of partner are you attracted to? And don't judge yourself. Maybe it's someone who's, you know, not in line with, you know, societal norms, whatever. I don't know. You know, however you work that out within your life, because it's a general reading in that way. You know, but what do you wish for others to give you in a relationship? Getting in touch with all of that, and don't be afraid of it. Because a lot of times we get afraid to admit these things to ourselves because we're afraid of rejection, or we're afraid to be let down. We're afraid of the other side of it. And the thing is, this energy is not going to allow that. And listen, you guys have free will. If you choose to not look at it, you're going to have to live with that. Okay? But the energy is very supportive of this turning of a page in your relationship. So really like that. Thank you so much for joining me, Taurus. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, on to Gemini. Gemini. Mercury in Virgo house, this 6th house, Gemini, that you're going to be dealing with. This is you looking at how do you characterize yourself, you know? This is like characterizing yourself by how you differ from others. Reducing things all down to practical parts and sections, like a very left brain kind of approach to things in your life. You being very much in touch with the body-mind connection. You're going to be looking at your everyday routines, right? But Gemini, you're also going to be looking at any relationships in your life where there's inequality present. There's inequality, okay? So we're going to get an outcome first, 4 of Pentacles. We're going to get a challenge, and then we're going to get 2 supporting cards. Okay, so the 4 of Pentacles is about having what you need, okay, Gemini? This is about having what you need. So for some of you, this is having what you need, but still I am feeling, and I did get this, trying to think who I got this for. It might have been for you. I'm not sure. Where you feel like you need a little more. And what I mean by that, and not in a gluttonous way or anything like that. You're like, I have what I need, but I'm recognizing that this area of my life, there's some lack. It's not you, and it's not you picking at your life at all. Because the 4 of Pentacles is about having what you need in every area. Resources, emotional, physical, and mental connections in your life. And you have what you need right now. But it's you. I see that this is very much you identifying a certain area of your life where you feel like there could be more balance, okay? There could be more equality brought. Like maybe you're doing most of the communicating, or maybe you're the one who is the primary one to bring in the resources, or maybe you're the one who's always initiating intimacy, or you're always the one in, you know, or feels like that to you anyway, because in your challenge is the Six of Pentacles reverse. And the Six of Pentacles upright is about being mutually supportive of each other. So the fact that it's in reverse is telling me that there's an area in your life where you feel like you're not being mutually supported, or the person that you're dealing with is not showing up in the way that you feel like they need to, or at least equal to what you are, right, in the relationship, and it's bothering you. And you're coming in as the Queen of Pentacles knowing exactly what's necessary. You understand what's necessary for the commitment. You understand the communication that's necessary and what it needs to look like on the other side. And you have this Five of Wands reverse energy. So I feel like the issue for you here, with the Six of Pentacles being the challenge, might be that you're in a place of either... You might be in a place, some of you are going to be in a place of realizing, you know what, this isn't gelling for me anymore. I think I need to go. This is not fitting right. I'm doing all of this assessing. I'm doing the sixth house assessment. And I'm thinking that this person is not capable of meeting me halfway. I feel like this person's just not capable of really kind of growing and evolving with me to this next space that I want to be at in my life. I feel like they're just not only are they not going to be able to, excuse me, show up in the way. Okay, my throat chakra, I had to clear it. You guys need to communicate. Gemini, you guys are the communicators. Yeah, we have Mercury retrograde during this time. It's not going to be easy, but I feel this need to communicate this. Because this Five of Wands reverse is, you know, there's arguing here. There's conflict, okay? But there's a lack of trust. It's like you guys are having the communication, but it's sort of on this little bit of a hamster wheel where there's this conflict and there's not resolution, and there can be some displacement, but at least it's getting out though, Gemini. I feel like at least communication. I'd rather it be in the reverse than in the upright, honestly, because in the reverse, the argument is happening, stuff is being thrown out. It could get a little ugly, but it's like everything's coming out and being thrown on the table, right? Everything's being thrown on the table. The Six of Pentacles reverse is being thrown on the table like, listen, I just don't think you've been showing up, or someone's saying that to you and you needing to think about it, right? I mean, it really can go either way. This is the energy that you're going to be dealing with. So while I don't get that most of you are like doing okay in work and you're doing okay in your relationships, I'm getting a lot of you are in a very weird space, and that doesn't mean, I do know a lot of Geminis have reconnected. I don't even mean that kind of weird space. I mean, some of you might be on a little bit of a break. Some of you may be together for a very long time and just be in a weird spot where you're just not seeing eye to eye. And I just feel like this lack of fairness is an issue for you, and you're going to be having the argument. Stand your ground, Gemini. Stand your ground, because you are the Queen of Pentacles in this. But be empathetic, be patient. Don't be too cutting. I am a Gemini sun. You guys know that. We could be wicked with our tongues, right? We can be, right? We have to know ourselves. So just take a deep breath before you have these conversations, because you don't want to scare away, turn off, shut down the ability for there to be reciprocity and mutual communication, right? You want it to be a dialogue, not a monologue, right? Okay, Gemini, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, fifth house energy, Sun in Leo. Sun in Leo. These cards are so funny today. I don't even know. Cancer, fifth house, Sun in Leo. Because this is all about you're going to be looking at and getting blessings in your fifth house. This is where your inner child lives. This is where your urge to distinguish yourself as unique and special in a way to be a positive influence to others. This is your urge for self-expression. And regarding romance, this is what ignites you, what makes you feel loved. And as far as sex goes, this is you looking at your ability to attract and please others. So This is a pretty cool house for you guys to have this in. This is important stuff for you to be looking at. Okay, Cancer. Let's see what we have. So we're going to start out with a current energy, then a fear / challenge, and then 2 for additional information. Okay, so let's see what we can get here. Okay, Cancer. So we have the outcome of this period is the 7 of Swords reverse. So this is telling me that there's some sort of trickery or dishonesty going on in your energy field. Now, this could certainly be, Cancer, you doing this to yourself, you playing mind games with yourself. 7 of Swords reverse can be this. Well, this can certainly be another person where you're dealing with a lot of deflection, bad communication, you receiving bad communication from somebody, gaslighting, deflection. You don't know if you can believe this person. There is not a meeting of the minds in the 7 of Swords energy. There's something that you feel someone is trying to either change in you or take from you. And I mean internally, right? Because we want to think about that inner child. We want to think about the deep part of yourself, right? Your ability to express yourself, your urge for self-expression. Who is trying to dampen that? Who's trying to tell you that they want you to be a certain way, or they think you should be this way? And I'm getting this, coming in very strong, okay, as this King of Wands energy that you're dealing with. You being this King of Wands in that, because when we have court cards, it could be you exhibiting this, whoever you're dealing with, or both of you at the same time. So with the King of Wands, Cancer, this is telling me that you have a very strong will to just break out of something, to just crack onto this new level. You're just tired of, hiding in your shell. You just want to be like your beautiful self, and you don't want anyone to get in your way. You're recognizing that you need to change in certain areas, and you're really feeling the gumption to do that. And if someone in your life is uncomfortable with that, you need to push them aside. You just really do. Because I do feel like the King of Wands energy is going to be coming towards you as well. And this is somebody who is going to be like, Cancer, why are you doing that? Are you sure you want to do that? Or really not even being so, just not being supportive and trying to put fears and doubts in your head, which for Cancers, that can really hijack a Cancer soul. It really can, putting those doubts in. And because Cancers want camaraderie, they want the love, they want that home feeling, they want all of that. And if they feel like they're involved in something that's going to compromise that, they question themselves. And I don't feel like you're going to be willing to question yourself, but somebody might be coming at you with that. Knight of Cups energy, I love this. You got the Knight of Cups energy as additional message here, as for additional clarification, and the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is all about you. What? You getting in touch with your inner child. This is perfect, okay? This is you remembering an original version of yourself, guys, and this is what's happening. This is exactly what I was telling you was happening before, right? With this, coming back to the truest version of ourselves, right? With this Taurus and Scorpio, with this Venus inflection, it's us coming back to the truest version of ourselves, and you really remembering what you wanted for yourself and who you were once upon a time, and you really feeling a lot of self-love right now, Cancer. You're really willing, very willing and able to bring yourself a sense of self-love and a sense of self-appreciation that you need. And in doing so, others around you are going to recognize it and embrace it. So while I know this is your fear, okay, your fear of pushing forward in this, with this King of Wands, your fear of dealing with this from somebody else, this is about you getting really honest with yourself about what it is that you want from yourself from this 5th house energy. How do you really want to express yourself in your life? really taking control of your romance and the sex in your life, right? Really taking care of that inner child, getting back to the real you, the core you. This is such an authentic vibe I'm getting here. Authentic. Don't be afraid of it, Cancer. Don't be afraid. The energy is going to be supporting you. Hold on to this Knight of Cups energy for you. Really tap into that inner child. Hold fast to that and just move forward. I really like this for you, Cancer. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Okay. So far we got a lot of good changes going on. This is entirely positive. Next we have Leo, 4th house, Moon in Cancer. It is all positive. This is really all positive. This is making us look at stuff. 4th house, Moon in Cancer, Leo. This is about the home, who you are in private. Okay, things carried from your childhood that influence you still, What you find when you retreat back into yourself. Ooh, we have the High Priestess that just flipped itself up. So that's going to be your present, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that. I like that, yeah. Yeah, so when you go deep inside yourself, what are you finding there? Are you happy with what's there, This is you understanding, having a good understanding of your soul, being the intermediary between yourself and the events in your life, and you being honest and willing to make the connection between the events that have gone on in your life and you being the common denominator on all of that, and you taking ownership of that, and you really recognizing how your decisions have driven certain events in your life. And in the High Priestess energy, this is all about intuition, been there, done that. There's a very spiritual vibe to this. This is you being in touch with your higher consciousness. Such a sense of self-truth here. I love it. The challenge here for you is going to be the King of Swords reverse. Okay, so let's pull a couple of qualifiers just to get more information. Okay, so I love this as the outcome, but your fear, your struggle, what you might feel like is going to be an issue for you is this King of Swords reverse energy. So this is all about lies and dealing with someone, and because it's a core card, it can be you, someone else, or both of you in this energy. So this can indicate self-deception, Leo. This can indicate you not wanting to be fully honest with yourself because it's not comfortable. But Uranus is going to be going in there and digging with his spoon, saying, come on, Leo, look at it. You're going to feel so much better when you do. Or this can be some of you dealing with someone who is dishonest in your life and you being afraid to actually look at that. It's like intuitively, because you're in the High Priestess, that someone's not being honest with you. Someone's not being straight. Something in your life is not, it's like you're on this path and it's not 100% right for you. They're not right for you. Something that they're presenting to you doesn't make sense. Something is off. They're not honest about something. And this is scaring you because in order for you to actually really look at it, that means you're going to have to admit it. And then you're going to have to do something about it. And that's where it becomes really tough. Because the Two of Swords energy reverses my understanding, if I could speak. Okay, throat chakra all over these readings today, guys. We need to communicate. It's challenging, right? We have Mercury and shadow now going retrograde. Two of Swords upright is about you being taking a minute before making a decision, but really thinking things through to make a decision. And in the reverse, this is telling me that you're afraid to do that. That you're in a space where a decision needs to be made one way or another, and this is really hard for you right now. Either you're afraid of the truth, you're afraid how it's going to impact your life, maybe both of those. And then we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. So anytime we have Wands in reverse, this does indicate delay. And the Three of Wands is about how you see your life on the horizon in a very definitive way. It's you starting to make your game plan. It's right before that Four of Wands, which is all about foundation and engagement and marriage and happiness. But you're in this space before that where am I going really? And in the reverse, this tells me that you're feeling very confused, that you don't have clarity in where you actually see your life going. But all of this is rooted in the fact that You are so aware that something is off in your life, Leo. And something needs to be addressed. Now, again, we all have relationship stuff, but you guys having this new moon in your 4th house, you being asked, you know, like, what's inside of you? What events have you made happen in your life that you're really not happy with? And how do you undo them? How do you get out of them? How do you fix them if you want to fix them? Like, how are you going to handle it? And the answers are going to come to you during this season. This is very heavy 4th house. You being very much in your truth, though, Leo. You being in your truth, but being very scared to be in your truth. It's hard. Leo, you know what? All the archetypes have a thing, right? And Leo, you guys have a very beautifully huge ego. Ego is natural, it's healthy, it's normal, it's part of the human condition. But when it can be in its low vibrational state, when we're hiding things from ourselves, sometimes it can become bigger than we are. And it becomes this block to allow us to be super dead ass honest with ourselves. But I feel like you're going to be so poked during these transits that you are going to be forced to figure something out, or at least start the process. This doesn't mean you're going to wake up on a Thursday and say, all right, I'm leaving him. I'm dumping her. I'm out of this job. I am out of this whatever, okay? You're at least starting the process now. Because the 3 of Wands is about starting the process, right? And you're just not sure how to start the process. And I feel like this time period is absolutely going to be bringing this to you, which is entirely positive, because where you're going to be on the other side of this is really beautiful. So I love this for you. Thank you so much for joining me, Leo. I will see you guys next time. And on to Virgo. Virgo. Beautiful Virgos. 3rd house. Mercury and Gemini, Virgo. This is about how you are viewing your environment, right? How you live, where you work, where you live, where you work. How you use your mind, your style, right? Your style. You know, are you fair? Are you judgmental? You know, how's your communication? How do you label the people and things in your life, right? 3 of Wands. Okay, that's going to be the outcome. Not mad at that. Okay, not surprised. And this is also, you know, it's like the differentiation and understanding of the connection between your mental ego and the body. And what does that mean? That means, how does your mind affect your life? You know, how does the way you think impact the choices that you're making, right? And having to do with your physical body, with, you know, where you live, where you work. Now, the 3 of Wands is an outcome energy. The 3 of Wands is about being able to map out what your life is going to be like on the horizon. It's you trying to figure it out, right? It's after that willingness of the 2 of Wands, and it's before the 4 of Wands is all about strong foundation. It's about engagement and marriage, and it's you know, you're feeling very firmly footed. So the 3 of Wands is right before that. It's like, okay, what do I need to actually get to that 4 of Wands? And in the reverse, this is telling me that you might end up being in a space of just really looking at things as a result of this time period, not being 100% sure, but knowing that everything needs to be paid attention to right now. So you might have been on a little bit of a cycle. This is your challenge, 5 of Wands. You guys might have been on a little bit of a cycle in your life where it was like, Monday, wake up, go to work, do, go to sleep. Tuesday, wake up, go to work, do, boom. And you weren't really looking at everything, which is unusual for a Virgo, because Virgos think of everything. You guys are the hermit. But I'm getting that a lot of you allowed yourself to get into a very specific type of routine, almost feeling like you couldn't break the cycle, but being poked at, like, I need something more. I want something different. This isn't enough. This isn't right. This isn't fill it in, whatever it is for you, right? But being with the Mercury and Gemini in this 3rd house, this is about communication. And this is about you looking at how you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with others, and how you communicate with the outside world. You know, what does that look like for you? And you just not really being sure what that means for you. Let's take a look at your fears, the 5 of Wands reverse. So this just tells me that you're afraid of conflict. You're fearing conflict. You're fearing having some sort of confrontation with a person or a situation. Five of Wands is all about having like a bunch of fog between you and someone else, or you in a situation where things are just not clear. There's not a meeting of the minds, and this is scaring you. So for some of you, Virgo, you might be in a relationship, or you might be in a job or in a situation. It doesn't have to be a relationship. We have separate relationship issues going on that I did discuss, but let's just talk about regarding this house, where you just feel like something is not jiving for you anymore. You're just not seeing eye to eye. You guys are just like, there's like a lack of connection here, and you're feeling that there's a lack of support, there's not enough money in this job. There's not enough of the support that you're looking for in this relationship. The Ace of Pentacles reverse. Aces are new. Pentacles is either money, resources, or how we do relationships. So in the reverse, this is telling me that you're feeling a lack of ability in these areas. So maybe you're in a job where you're like, you know what, I can't stay here anymore. It's not paying me enough. Or I'm not going to be able to grow in this. I'm not going to be getting fulfilled in this. I need to change careers. I need to change jobs at least. Or I need to really either address these issues and these fissures in my relationship, or I need to let this person go because I don't see them as being somebody who is going to serve my highest good. And I feel like you're in a space right now of feeling the world reverse. It's like you can taste it. You can taste the world like it's that close to you. But the world in reverse indicates delay. Okay, this is very, very clear to me, Virgo. This is telling me that you know intuitively exactly what it is that is necessary for you to have the life that you want, but you know that you're not there right now. And this is you magnifying, okay, in your life what needs to change. And you're going to be stepping up in a communicative way. You're going to be evaluating and assessing how you communicate, and maybe you need to change how you communicate to get what you want. Or maybe you're going to demand a different type of communication from someone that you feel not only do you deserve, but is necessary for this relationship or situation to continue. But the fact that the world is here indicates, because guys, anytime we have a reversal, we have the power to turn it around. That's what's beautiful about tarot, is even if these things are coming, it's to give us a heads up, to say, when that happens, see if you can handle it this way, or see if you can handle it that way. So for me, this is telling me that this is going to be you recognizing through words, through arguments here, that the way it is now can't continue for you to have your soul fed when it comes to this third house. Okay? And this is, your communication is going to be gifting you with the ability to iron out these wrinkles and unknot these knots, to be able to turn this world right side up. But this does tell me that there is an area of your life that you're just like, you know what, it's causing me confusion, and I need to really look at it, and I need to be honest and clearly communicate to myself and those around me what it is that I need in order to move to that space to have this world, to have what I'm ultimately looking for, you know? Yeah, it's all about communication for you, Virgo. All about communication, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. On to Libra. Libra, you guys are going to be getting gifts to you in your second house energies. This is Venus and Taurus. This is about the attachment of your identity to the body ego. So a little bit of a superficial vibe to that, but, you know, not in an unhealthy way. It's you looking at, you know, how do I look on the outside? How my external appearance influence how I view myself? Am I too focused on my external appearance? Am I not focused enough? Am I not paying attention to something? Do I need to let go of something else, right? This is you developing a stronger sense of I. This is you developing that stronger personal ego rather than that body ego, which is healthier, you know? This is giving more definition to your sense of self, your definition of self, your boundaries, right? Your truth. Really getting in touch with what security means to you, right? And what you possess, what you have materially, you know, or what you hope to have. So these are all things that you're going to be pushed to look at. So I'm going to pull a present energy, and then a blockage. Present energy is the Chariot reverse. Okay. Libra, you're off track from where you need to be because you're afraid. You're afraid of making the changes that you need. I mean, this is this is very clear. You don't feel like you're on the right track. The Chariot reverse. I always say, you want to think about the Chariot. Think about a car on like a narrow country road, and the person driving it, which is you in this case, loses control of the wheel and drives off and goes off into the woods, right, off the path. This is you not being on the path that you're ultimately supposed to be on, and you know it. Oh, you know it. You know it. You're scared. Strength reverse is about fear, right? You're scared. I mean, that's so obvious to me. This is like a hello message. This is, absolutely. So let's say what? 5 of Cups. You're feeling very disappointed and disillusioned in your life. I think a lot of you are feeling like, oh my gosh, I've let so much time pass by. What am I doing, Why am I still here? But you're not noticing, like in the 5 of Cups energy, in the typical Rider-Waite, there were 3 cups spelt in front of the person, and then there were 2 cups still standing, So I just feel like this is you recognizing that, okay, you're in a very transformative space. Libra, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting. Because sometimes it means that you're not seeing those 2 cups, that the 2 cups of love and emotion and commitment behind you. But I'm actually getting something different. I'm getting that you feel like the person or situation that you've been involved with has taken something from you. Maybe it's just been time that they've taken from you. You've spent too much time, too much energy, too many of your resources, just too much of you, too much of your soul. But this is you getting in touch in this energy with this new moon that they didn't take everything. And you still have those 2 cups left, and you're going to hold those 2 cups, and you're going to actually build something for yourself. You 100% are, my friend. 4 of Wands is about a new strong foundation. This is not only is it new strong foundation, this is the card of healthy connection. This is engagement. This is marriage. This is a new beginning of something. This can be a new job, a new career, a new shift, a new path in your life. So I feel like this is so healthy for you. Oh my gosh, Libra, I'm really excited for you. Very clear. Wherever you've been on this path, on your journey, has not been, or at least not in the way that you've been doing it. I'm not saying to go get a divorce or break up with somebody or quit your job. I'm not saying that, though maybe you should. I don't know. In that way, it's a general reading, but something about your path has not been where you're supposed to be, and you've been too afraid to make the changes. Emotionally afraid, physically afraid. You're afraid of not having. Okay, so this is where we really have to go back to that 2nd house, and you really looking at, what does security mean to you really? Is it only money? Is it having somebody who's there for you emotionally? What does security mean to you? Because whatever it is, I feel like, if you're afraid, maybe you're just afraid of money, maybe you're afraid of not having somebody, you're afraid of being alone. It could be anything that messes with that security sector. But this is pushing you during this new moon to get in touch with what that means for you. And when you do, you're going to be recognizing, you know what? I've been looking at my glass half empty. I need to look at it half full. I need to hold on to those 2 of Cups out of the 5 of Cups that is still standing. I got to figure out how I'm going to reinvent myself and do me in a healthier way for me. I'm not getting a selfish vibe here at all, Libra. I'm just getting that you've been giving too much of yourself to too much of your life external to you and not enough to you. And once you do, this is going to put you in a beautiful space of a strong foundation moving forward that's going to dictate the next 30 years of your life. And how beautiful is that? I love it. Libra, thank you so much for joining me. See you guys next time. Okay. Yeah. Scorpio. Scorpio's up next. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. My friends, it's all about you. It's all about you. This is the first house, Mars and Aries. This is going to be all about the lens through which you perceive the world, the focus you have in life right now, the effect you have on others, your physical vitality and appearance, discovering your own unique identity right now, no matter how small or simple, guys. Our own unique identity, it doesn't have to be a big deal. It could be really simple, all right? But it's how the atmosphere also of your early life may have affected you, and you're really getting in touch with that right now, Scorpio. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have for Scorpio. This needs a cut. This needs a refresh. Okay. This needs a little rub on Buddha. my little meditation friend. It's not Buddha. It's my meditation friend. Okay. This is your present. 7 of Cups reverse. Okay. Not surprised. This is your challenge. Knight of Wands. Some more information for me. Okay. So 7 of Cups reverse is about Scorpio. I feel like you're afraid of, this can mean a couple of things. Some of you are afraid of missing an opportunity. Because the 7 of Cups, let's talk about what the 7 of Cups means. For those of you who haven't heard my spiel on the 7 of Cups, because I actually think it's actually a good card. 5 out of the 7 cups are very positive, right? 1 is higher consciousness, 1 is spiritual guidance, 1 is wisdom, 1 is ultimate utopia, and 1 is resources, right? The other 2, we don't quite know what's in those 2 cups. So this could be a couple of things. This could be you not being honest with yourself, okay, about something, a person, or a situation in your life. Okay, and we have a lot, this is like really the season of truth bombs coming at us from the universe. I mean, because that's what ends up happening, right? When Uranus digs up this nonsense from our subconscious, we're like, oh my God, I didn't know that was bothering me. I didn't know. So this is you really kind of maybe being a little uncomfortable, being completely honest with yourself, completely willing to be honest, because it's in the reverse. So this tells me that there's something going on with a person, a situation, or within yourself, only because this is happening in your first house of self, where you're not being completely honest with yourself. But I feel like, Scorpio, it's like, it's about information that you didn't realize up until now. I feel like you're going to be finding something out about a person or a situation, or realizing something about yourself right now. Really having these self-recognitions right now. And with the Knight of Wands energy, because the Knight is a court card, this could be your energy, someone external to you, or actually both of you. And when we have the Knight of Wands, there's this willingness to come in and do, right? It's a very motivating energy, but it's in your fear position. It's in your block. So I do get that there's this fear of being honest 100% with yourself, 100%. You're almost completely honest with yourself. First of all, because you're a water sign. Second of all, because you're Scorpio. I mean, you guys are like, you really do try to be very honest with yourself. But Scorpio does in a way purposely hide some things from themselves to be able to maintain status quo in a situation until they can't do it anymore. And that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting that this, besides the other transits going on, this new moon is going to be very much pushing you to really open up and be very honest with yourselves. It's not going to be easy. We're going to have this 8 of Swords energy. This is about self-imprisonment. This is about ruminating in these ideas and these what ifs in your mind, It's like, what if? And if I do this, then what about that? That's the 2 of Pentacles energy. It's like trying to figure out, all right, I have these 2 paths, I have these 2 people, I have these 2 jobs, I have these 2 situations that I have to work out, I have to iron out. But when I'm really honest with myself, I kind of know exactly what's right for me. I just don't know if I'm 100% ready to tell that to myself and to be really honest with myself about this person or this situation. And I do feel like you're going to be getting there. You know what? Because it's your season, I'm going to pull a couple of qualifiers. I haven't done this for the other signs. I just feel like I should just do my general readings based like this on the transits. I feel like I'm getting good messages this way. The Hierophant. The Star, Scorpio. And the Tower. Okay, yeah. Listen, Scorpio, you need to make a change in your life, whether it's in a relationship, in a job, in a way of thinking, through a friendship, something going on with something in your family, okay? Because the first house means all of that, okay? And there's going to be a tower moment where there's going to be a necessary ripping down of ideals, of a situation, of a way of thinking. But this is entirely positive, because what this tells me, Scorpio, is you're going to be getting in touch with what you know to be the right thing for you and for your right path. That's the Hierophant. It's about doing the right thing. It's about realizing that being on this path with this person or in this job or with this situation and letting it stay in your life as it is, it can't anymore. This goes back to you shaking the dead wood off the tree, like I was mentioning everybody's going to be doing. And that's going to bring your life to a space of truth. You living in your truth. And you don't want to not live in your truth anymore. And if this means letting go of a person or leaving that job or ending that friendship, or loving a family member from afar, then that's what it's going to take. Is there is going to be the breaking down of something that you're going to need to address. And you're going to be doing it with a lot of trepidation at first. This is not going to be fun, but man, is it going to end up beautiful for you. Because you're going to end up on a positive trajectory in your path. And this is entirely necessary for your self-growth. So beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Very good, Scorpio. I like this for you. Good stuff. All right, Scorpio, thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. On to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you have this happening in your 12th house, which is the natural house for Neptune and Pisces. This is about wanting to commit to something but fearing a loss of boundaries, right? This is about your tendency to escape or desire to escape. Okay, unconscious patterns and complexes that you're still carrying from another part of your life, right? From your earlier part. This is about the way you might sabotage yourself, either internally or externally, you know? Like, you know, what stories do you tell yourself? Are they accurate, you know? You know, what this is also about what you feel will redeem you in a way to bring you back into unity with yourself and those in your life, you know, in the way that you're looking for. And it's really you looking at how you serve others outside of you. So this is the outcome energy. You're King of Swords, man. Your fear is the sun. Why is your fear the sun reverse? Well, it's reverse, so we could talk about that. Sagittarius, you got the Ten of Cups. How can we make this Ten of Cups happen, Sag? The outcome is the King of Swords. So this is you coming in with the way your reality needs to be framed now, moving forward, when it comes to all 12th house things, okay? This is you being pushed to look at your internal versus your external. This is you looking at your lower vibration, the lower vibrational side of yourself. And we all have it. All of us have it. We all go through 12th house energy at one time or another. But this is looking at areas that you might have addiction, areas where you might be not being honest with yourself and to those around you. What do you do for escape? Is it healthy for you? Do you allow people to walk all over you? Do you allow people to use you? Are you too available? Are you not available enough? You know, I mean, it can take many forms. The sun reversing your challenge. The sun is is positive, whether it's reverse, sideways, or upright. It doesn't matter. This is about ultimate deepening commitment, love, happiness, having what you need, being on the right path. In the reverse, it simply indicates that there's a delay in how you're getting there. It's you're here, and now there's a little bit of a delay in getting there, which is also a very much a 12th house energy. It's about travel, but it's not about travel getting on a plane or in a car and going from here to there only. It's also about how we get from point A to point B within ourselves, within a relationship. Okay. And this tells me that that's going to be your challenge, where you're going to be in this place trying to figure out, okay, how do I get there? Exactly. What do I do? Exactly. Right? You know, just really trying to get in touch with that. And yeah, and I feel like the Seven of Pentacles reverse, Seven of Pentacles is about you feeling the need to defend yourself, but just in the reverse, it's like against this person or situation that you're just not seeing eye to eye with, and you feel like you need to fight for your own space and your own like land, for lack of like metaphorically, but somebody is really trying to pull it from you, and this is creating a lot of discord in your life. Okay, so with this Neptune and Pisces energy though, what you need to be careful of is don't escape from this. Don't escape from it, because this is you really being supported in this journey between where you are now in your sense of self and where it is that you are meant to be within yourself, literally within yourself. This is you identifying, you know, maybe holes in your soul, areas where, you know, your soul is just so exhausted, and you know, how do you fix that? You getting in touch with all of that and you figuring out a way to actually bring that to yourself and bring this 10 of Cups energy. You are doing this with the help of someone, Sagittarius, someone who is very, very beautiful in your life is helping you get to this space. Now, the 10 of Cups can certainly be a relationship. This could be you rekindling with a partner and it bringing you to this space. This could be a deepening of a relationship you're in already, but it can also certainly be supportive family, supportive friends, supportive colleagues, anything that's really supportive in your life. You're going to find you're recognizing who's good, who's not so good for you in your life. You're shaking off the dead wood. You're getting rid of the people that you don't need in your life anymore. And you're keeping those who are really positive. And it's going to help you just sort of get very front and center and clear on how your reality needs to be framed moving forward, so that you can have the healthiest version of this sense of self. I think that's entirely positive, Sagittarius. I really like that for you. Thank you so much for joining me. See you guys next time. On to Capricorn. Capricorn, you guys are dealing with it in your 11th house. Saturn, Uranus, Aquarius. They naturally reside there, 11th house. This is about gifts. Gifts to you to become an even better version of yourself, Capricorn. How awesome. This is you looking at your goals, objectives, your hopes, your wishes for your life. Okay? You're going to be looking and assessing all of the connections in your life, all of them, friendships, intimate, family, everything, business relationships, everything. All right? You're going to be looking at your role within a certain group. This could be friends, this could be work, this could even be family, like how you are, within that group. This is you identifying something larger than yourself, okay? And that even though you have free will, which you know you have, you're going to be in a space of realizing that you're never really driving your car alone, that there is something there. You're looking at the events in your life and you're realizing that there's purpose behind everything that's happened to you. Okay, so is the outcome energy right now for this time period? We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So this tells me that you're in a space of putting your foot down and you're not willing to actually move forward with a certain situation. So this can be a relationship, this can be and any kind of relationship. This doesn't have to be intimate. It could be a friendship, it could be a work situation, anything like that. But in the reverse, it's you saying, you know what, I'm not going into this next cycle with you with things the way they are. Okay, person, pause. Mercury retrograde, right? We have Mars and Libra squaring both Saturn and Pluto. It's saying, hold on. Your fear is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is about mutual respect and having what you need, So this is, you're afraid of this, Capricorn. You're afraid that this is blocking you, okay? You feel like you're not getting the respect that you need, that you require in order to maintain this situation or relationship. You don't trust them. You don't trust them. You don't trust the situation to turn out the way that you feel it should turn out. The Magician reverse is always, it's a trickster energy. right? This is about somebody who's being dishonest, who's not making it happen with you because of low vibrational actions, something, okay? Now, and I'm getting that this is happening external to you. This is a general message for the archetype of Capricorn, so it could certainly be flipped for those of you who are cross-watching, and you can certainly identify it as the Capricorn who is the Magician reverse. They're the one who maybe are not being honest. It could certainly be applied that way. Absolutely. And we also have the World reverse. This is so straightforward to me. This is straightforward. You're not willing to give your heart to something anymore because you just don't think that they have the ability to be fair and to be mutually respectful in creating this relationship, not creating and allowing this relationship to continue in a fair and balanced way, in a way where you have what you need and you feel like you're able to give them what they need. There's this sense of, because it's in your blockage, my throat chakra, you guys are the fourth sign that I need to clear my throat. There's not healthy communication here. Throat chakra energy getting blocked for me. Again, guys, I'm a Taurus moon, so my messages come through very physically for me. They really do. And then them not being front and center with you on everything, and therefore you're not able to have the world with them right now. I like that the world is here, though. I have to tell you, even in the reverse, this can be turned upside down. This magician can make things happen in the right side up. Now, Capricorn, if the magician is not you and it's someone external to you, you can't make them. You can't make this magician right side up. This has to come from them. This has to come from their own self-awareness, their own self-realization and actualization, and their own willingness to make changes and adjustments within themselves. If it's you, then of course it would apply to you. And you have the power and the ability to turn that upside down. The world upside down can certainly be right side up, as any tarot card could be, but this is a matter of time. The world reverse indicates delay. It means not now. It doesn't mean never. The fact that it even came out in the spread indicates to me that there is a possibility of something happening with someone, but it's going to take a significant amount of self-realization and actualization by both of you, a ton of communication. But right now, Capricorn, you're in a space of not willing to fully open your heart. You're just not. So you may be in a space of saying, you know what, I have to let this thing go. I just have to let it go. And others of you are going to be in a place of realizing, you know what, if this is going to work, it's going to require a lot. And then you need to ask yourself the important follow-up question: am I with someone who's capable of that self-realization, that actualization, and that change? Are they capable of it? And you need to be honest with yourself, because if they're not honest, then you need to let them go. If they're not going to be able to do it with you and turn the world right side up with you, then you have to go. And you have to move forward knowing with great confidence that the world is there anyway. And maybe what's required for you to turn this world card right side up is for you to leave this person or this situation. You have to apply it how it sees fit, but these are the energies for you. You're holding very close to your chest right now, and I can't say I blame you. Yeah. Okay, that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I think this is really good because anytime the world is there, even in the reverse, that's so positive. So whatever changes, whatever you're looking at right now, this is entirely, entirely positive. Yeah, I really like it. Because you're looking at connections. You're looking at what works for you in connections. You are so spiritual right now, Capricorn, as well. You really are. You are tapping in and tuning into your intuition, your higher consciousness, whatever that means for you. You're understanding that energy is at play here, and very important things are happening, unraveling in your life right now and rolling out in your life that are meant to teach you lessons and are meant to bring you to a higher place. Yeah, for sure. Capricorn, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, Aquarius is next. Saturn and Capricorn in that 10th house. This is all about how you approach work, how you integrate into society, your career or your path in school, right? For those of you in school, your need for achievement, recognition, and praise for what you do. Nothing wrong with that. You know, how you want others to view you. Recognizing the connection between your relationship with your mother, okay, and its impact on how you view the world right now. Yeah. This also has a lot to do with your ambitions. Okay. Do what your ambition. So these are things you're going to be looked at. You're going to be getting gifts in this area. So this is the outcome. King of Swords reversed. Five of Wands. This is in your blockage. And these are some additional energies for me to read. 4 qualifiers. So we have the King of Swords reversed. So right now this just tells me that you don't have great clarity in your mindset right now going into this this time period. I feel like, Aquarius, a lot of you are going through a lot of change right now and you're lacking clarity, because swords are truth and clarity. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're lying or anybody's lying to you. It can, but it doesn't have to be. Swords are like how we frame reality, like in the narrative of our mind, and it's the truth that we tell ourselves. So I feel like, yeah, some of you could be lying to yourselves. Some of you can, be selecting to not see certain things in your life that you're going to be pushed to actually look at right now. Or this could just be like, it's just not clear, you're just not sure. Do I want to stay in this job? Do I want to stay in this relationship? Do I want to stay at this school? Do I want to stay in this, in this major, fill it in. The Five of Wands is what's getting in your mind. Oh my gosh, I'm getting... Five of Wands is all about conflict, and it's about there being this sense of fog that you can't really see through. Now, this is typically between you and another person, but Aquarius, this could certainly be between you and another person, yes, but it could certainly be between you and yourself, right? Because we both have two sides of ourselves within us. So this can be, you being, like there's this blockage of you looking at everything really, really honestly. Right? And that's kind of what's getting in your way of this King of Swords being upright. Now, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles upright is about, it's building, it's building this, it's saving money and resources and building connections and relationships. So I feel like you're in a space right now, Aquarius, where you are not... You don't feel fully satisfied in the connections in your life. Now, this doesn't have to be with your significant other. You could be perfectly happy in a relationship with your significant other. This could be maybe you're just not happy with your circle of friends. You're not getting everything that you need there. Or you're not feeling really connected to what it is that you do for a living or what it is that you're studying. So there's like this lack of connection. And it's this lack of willingness to build in this area, okay? So I feel like that's, you're feeling this, but at the same time, you're so desiring the sun, which is so beautiful. The sun is the most positive card in the deck, and it does lighten up any potentially negative cards in the deck. So I do like this, because this is you, and this makes sense to me. This makes sense to me because you have this Saturn and Capricorn, this 10th house energy. This is you really getting in touch with and having illuminated what it is that you do want for yourself, what it is that you do need for yourself, how it is you do want to be perceived, and you making the necessary changements and adjustments in your day-to-day, in your personality, in how you frame reality to make those things happen. And it's through doing that that I feel that this is going to end up becoming upright, because any reverse card can become upright. And that's why I maintain reversals in my readings. I don't think reversals are bad. They're heads up to what we need to look at. And when we look at it and address it, we have the power to turn it upright, right? So in the King of Swords is all about knowing what's necessary, right? Knowing what's necessary, and it's the narrative that we tell ourselves. So what I'm getting here is you're going to be going into this where you're going to be leaving this time period where you're going to say, all right, you know what? There's one thing I do know. I do know that I want to make some changes. I'm not sure exactly what that means as far as my internal narrative goes and exactly what I need to do and what I need to say. But I do know that the change needs to happen in order for me to have the sun. And guys, recognition is the beginning of change. You can't change anything that you can't recognize or that you won't admit to, right? So this is entirely positive. This is you getting pushed to a space where you're like, you know what? I gotta make some changes. Yeah. And I'm getting it's very much in this 10th house, having to do with your work, your career, your achievements, okay? How you want people to see you, how you present yourself into the world, right? So maybe some of you are going to be updating your wardrobe or getting a new look somehow, or changing careers, or changing your major in school, or really making a very concerted effort to be more outgoing and to call people more, just making changes in these very important areas. Yeah, good stuff. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, and finally we have Pisces. Okay. Pisces, it's all about your ninth house, Jupiter and Sag. So this is your search for meaning and purpose and direction and guidelines for your life right now. Getting honest about your underlying patterns that maybe have not served you in the best way, okay? This is you looking at the style in which you frame and pursue your belief system. This is you identifying like what's pulling you, right? What's pulling your life forward, okay? And this is just basically like a view of your life's journey is what I'm getting. I feel like I need to cut these again, Pisces. Why do I feel like that? Okay. This is your outcome. 8 of Pentacles. I like it. This is your fear. And these are some qualifiers. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Somebody else just got 10 of Cups. King of Swords. Okay. 8 of Pentacles as the outcome is really beautiful because this is about building. This is about you really working very hard towards that 9 and then 10 of Pentacles. This is you saving your resources. This is you getting in touch with what you need in relationships. This is you looking at where maybe you need to make adjustments in your relationships just because it's that 9th house energy. So it's you not only looking at things from your perspective, but also your role in things, you know, your role in the direction of your life, okay, and the choices that you've made up to this point, and getting very real with yourself on how your choices have really dictated the direction of where you've ended up, and having a sense of resolve to either not repeat patterns or just to at least look at them very, very tightly with great scrutiny, okay? Because you want this for yourself. You want to build. This is building a life with someone too, Pisces. This is about growing in a career. This is about just growing. This is growth, okay? This is growth. Beautiful, beautiful. Now you fear, and what's blocking you here is the 5 of Wands reverse. And 5 of Wands is all about, a lot of people are getting 5 of Wands, and they're actually getting it. I think 4 or 5 of the signs got it here, which is very interesting to me. Because it's about this fog that you can't really see through. It's about not having a meeting of the minds with somebody. Now this could be you having a little bit of self-deception, only because we have this 9th house inflected. When, you know, you're looking at yourself, are you being completely honest, you know? Are you allowing Uranus to dig up to the bottom of your barrel in this Scorpio energy for you to really look at maybe the parts of yourself where you might have been sabotaging yourself, that maybe, you know, inflected and impacted, not in such a great way, the path of your life? So it could be definitely some arguments within yourself, or this could certainly be, and you're not wanting to look at that, right? Because that could be a block, like, I don't want to look at that. You know, really not being able to see it for real. Or you having an argument with somebody external to you, of course, where you're just not seeing eye to eye. So additional information here is the King of Swords and the 10 of Cups. But, okay, Pisces, I'm getting that. Okay, as far as the King of Swords, this is a specific framing of reality. This is you being completely in the know about what's necessary in order to move forward as far as communication goes, because swords are words, swords are truth. So this is telling me that there's some sort of truth that's got to come out, that's very necessary for it to come out. I am feeling that it's a truth within you, Pisces. You getting very honest with yourself and with someone else in your life that you want to build something with. There's a sense of honesty here that you're going to be pushed to. And this sense of honesty and you being pushed to tell the truth, to say what needs to be said, to communicate in the way that needs to be communicated, everything needs to be communicated, is going to bring you to this beautiful 10 of Cups space. And the 10 of Cups space, though, tells me that you're going to be getting to this 8 of Pentacles and building with somebody. This could be someone who you've been on the outs with, and there's this could be someone, a reconnection. I don't get a very long past reconnection, a pretty recent reconnection, because in the Ten of Cups energy, there can be reconnections with a deeper understanding. Those of you in relationships, this tells me that your partner is going to be a real sense of support for you, or your friends or your family, equally so. The Ten of Cups is about a deepening of commitment, of connection, of understanding. It's almost like a celebratory vibe to this, but it's this soul connection that you're going to feel with someone, and that's going to help you feel comfortable to be this King of Swords, to come out and be really, really honest. You're going to be pushed to be honest, Pisces. You're going to be pushed to demand honesty in your life, and you're going to get it. You're going to get it, because it could be vice versa, but it's this idea of the need for truth. The need for truth. And this truth, whatever it is going to help direct your life. Because Pisces, whatever choices you make in this energy, it is going to impact the next 30 years of your life. So this is something that needs to be really thought about carefully, okay? Really thought about carefully. So don't avoid the discord, because it's through the discord that I feel like you're going to realize you're actually dealing with a Ten of Cups energy. And then that's going to make you feel comfortable to be honest about something, or to receive the truth from someone. It can make them feel comfortable to tell you the truth about something, but some sort of truth is going to come out, and then you're going to have this beautiful new building beginning, next chapter with this Eight of Pentacles. So I love this for you. Yeah, Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. That is all 12 signs, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye.